So this is just an impromptu video. I wasn't really planning on making a video of this new PC, but I do like videos, and so I'm gonna make one. Now, I sold my Silverstone SG08 Cube PC that I built last year, and then immediately after selling it, had a little bit of regret, and so I went out and built a new one. So one of the things that I knew for sure was that I wanted a Lian-Li case, because I've always liked the Lian-Li cases ever since I was a kid. And so I looked at a few different ones. I was looking at the all-glass, I think it's PC-08 or WC-08, something like that. The all-glass one, I was looking at that. And then I was going to get like a Gigabyte Designer motherboard or something like that with, you know, RGB lighting and shit. But then I sort of considered a few things. Basically, dust was one of the main ones. So then I just started looking at something just kind of plain and all aluminum. And I settled on the PC-A41, I believe it is, from Lian-Li. So here it is. It's pretty nice and plain. The only thing I don't like about the front is the optical bays, although it's not that big of a deal. There was another one that I liked the look of even more. I think it was the M25 or M something, but that had a weird layout where the power supply was in front of the CPU, and there wasn't really a place to mount an all-in-one cooler either, so I ended up going with this one because it had a more traditional layout, and even has almost like a retro layout in some cases. So the front is just a nice aluminum panel. It's all aluminum, it's not plastic with aluminum in front like my last, the Corsair 650D. It's just one solid piece of aluminum on the front here. And grill on the side where it intakes air, which is nice. And then comes with, I believe it's 120s in the front with a filter. I haven't, I was going to potentially put Noctua fans in there, but I haven't gone around to doing that yet. But the fans that come with it are pretty good. They're not too loud or anything. And then these optical bay covers are also solid aluminum, which is nice. The only thing I don't love is that the LEDs here, the light from them kind of bleeds off on the side here. Now, there's also a USB here and standard stuff. I haven't cleaned this or anything. It's been running for a couple months, and I haven't taken the side off or cleaned it, so it may be very dusty inside, I don't know. And then at the back you can see it's actually a pretty basic, which I really like. It's not painted on the inside or anything, just aluminum, silver. It's a M-ATX motherboard, or micro ATX, I believe. So I do have enough space for 2 video cards, although there's not any space in between them. If I do, right now I just have the one, the 1080. So I'm going to open it up. Oh, that's not too bad. So I'll bring the camera in a little closer. So I got a blower style Asus card. 1070 actually, not 1080. And then for the cooler, obviously, you know, I love Noctua, so I went with the it's the C14s, and it wasn't quite enough space to put the fan on the top, so I put the fan behind. And it's a 6700K Intel processor, and then it's a Samsung 850 Evo drive in there. Power supply is a Silverstone 650 or 660 watt platinum, and then I have a 3TB storage drive in there. Memory is Kingston HyperX. You may or may not be able to get a good shot of it. No, I don't think so. But anyway, so inside it's not painted or anything, which I actually really like. It's kind of just like a sleeper system. Doesn't look like anything special. But you know, it's a solid system. It's I went for an ASRock Z170M Extreme 4 motherboard, because it had a lot of features and it was pretty cheap. And it's been fine. I haven't had any problems with it. And that's an Asus Turbo 1070, which is also fine. It's a blower design, but it's not super loud or anything, so it's good. And the case is really nice. I just keep it closed. It doesn't have a window or anything. It's very plain. Doors are solid aluminum. Front panel solid aluminum. Everything's nice brushed aluminum. And then power supply is obviously at the top. There's another fan at the top here. Now the only thing is they don't give you a cover for the top fan like the one that's in the one slot there. It has a nice brushed aluminum cover that matches the case. And they don't provide you an extra one if you want to block the other fan off. And they also don't give you another grill. So if you want to put another fan in there, you will have to get another grill. I don't know if you can get them from Lian-Li, probably. And so also with this case, if you saw at the back, you can put the power supply up here where I have it, or you can also put it here. And so that's going to block off some of the space for the CPU. You're not going to be able to put a big air cooler if you put it here, but you can fit a 240 all-in-one cooler in the top if you put the power supply here. So it's kind of a retro designed case, having the power supply at the top and everything. But it does have modern features, like it's got space, quite a lot of space actually, behind the motherboard for cables. And you can fit a 240 rad in the top if you want. And so it's been good. Overall, I like it a lot. I've been having a great time with it. No problems at all. And so that's my new system. I sold the Silverstone, and this is the system that I'm using now. So I've got Kingston HyperX 32 gigabytes of memory, 500 gig solid state, 3TB storage, 6700K, GTX 1080 Asus, 660 watt platinum power supply, and ASRock Z170 Extreme 4 for the motherboard.